Nightmarish.
That is the hottest solder joint ever. So are we gonna switch to shark bites?
What if that was still on, you crazy person?
We got this leak, and I guess I'm gonna have to cut a hole, fix it. There's the hole. There we go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to use this tool that I've put together. So what I'm trying to do is find out, is that one little spot causing all this problem, or is that being fed from somewhere else? It's wet. You see that little green on there?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's dry. We measured my shoulders. It's about 24 inches, and we measured my depth here with my shoulders at about working height, and that's about 15 inches, so we're gonna mark off the ceiling. All right, so we did 24 inches here, we did 15 inches here, and we marked the opposing corner. That way, I've got a vent pipe. This way, right here, right there, I've got a 2x4, and somewhere over here, maybe 16 inches, we're gonna find out. But if we get to 15 inches, we're gonna stop. Got something's in there. What could it be? Pipe, electric wire, cable line. Let's see if I can move that back. No, there's something right there.
Is that metal?
We're gonna just have to work with that.
Why is he doing this?
He has to be able to get up into.
Extra hands to hold that. Just hold it tight here and put your hand here.
Do not cut my mom.
And we got something there too. I don't know what it is. Well, we gotta get this plug out of there. There's something there. What is it? Don't let it break. Don't let it fall. You close that saw. I can't move this saw. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, look what we found here. It's a good thing we didn't really aggressively saw after we felt something there.
Great job moving it back.
And there's the vent I was saying. And so we're in a tight spot because we're going to have to reach in and over, because that's the pipe we need to fix. Now, it's wide open there. I thought it was going to be really close to the ceiling. It's not. So we'll show some tape in a minute. And I thought it was be pinched between that vent floor above, and it's not. So we can see it's 7 inches. So we have 6 inches from there. And we have 2 inches, inch and a half from that floor joist. Let's put our plan together to cut the pipe out. So this area is leaking, as we can see right there, which means we're going to replace from that area all the way around to there. 19 inches plus 30 inches. So we're gonna have 50 inches of pipe, minimum. And there's a little 45-degree angle and an elbow. There's a clamp holding that pipe. And then there's a clamp holding the pipe right there. So we're going to have to get in there and then reuse that clamp. We're on the way to get tools and equipment, and there's the plumber. Should we give up now? Okay. All right, we got the plumbing stuff. Now we got to get the spackle. So let's see here, 50-inch pipe, straight joint, got 2 of those. Elbow joint, 45 joint, furring strip, yep, we need that, and spackle. Maybe we'll get paintable caulk instead of spackle. So furring strip and paintable caulk. Let's go. Alright, let's put that back, please.
Do you want to hold anything else?
No, that's it for now. Let's do it.
How about I hold that
Yeah, go ahead.
so you don't have to have so much?
That pipe's supposed to be kind of like shooting. No tag on this.
Daddy!
They need a real register. So we rang up the pipe, and it was from the section that said $15. I don't know anything about the difference between type L and type M, but I looked that up. One of them is a thicker pipe that lasts 100 years, where the other one lasts 30 years. So I had the thicker pipe, but I thought I had the $15 pipe. They had the more expensive pipe in the wrong slot, and they didn't have any more pipes than the ones that I grabbed. I asked them to go ahead and get that stuff going. When I came back, nothing had happened. They need more checkers in there. Oh well. Let's let them run for a minute. Sucking air. So I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to go to the basement bathroom and open that. And it's hopefully going to siphon that pipe clear. So let's do that, and we're going to remember to close this before we turn the water back on. That's not going to work. That's a mixer, and it's letting hot water in at all times, I think. I don't know. I want to be sure that that pipe isn't going to let water out when I cut it. So let's go check the kitchen sink again. One last thing to try, and it's the main shut off on the house. Okay, we got no more water coming from here. That faucet's on, that faucet's on. Let's check the basement. There's a little tiny bit coming out of there, and nothing at all coming out of the tub. So I don't want that steady stream of water to come out of the pipe above my drywall. So we're just going to let that run until it is not running any longer. Okay, we got some water coming. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that under there. Let's let that towel get wet. That's all the water coming from upstairs. There we go. We got enough out of there. Now let's set up the other side. Alright, we're going to have to take this loose and this loose after we get the pipe cut. So I'm going to cut right out here so I have room to sweat those joints. Now we're going to go to the garage and make one of these. Alright, let's measure some pipes and cut them. So I've got a 45 here. I need that cleaner tool. Here we go. Try that again. That thing's a monster. I'm glad I bought that. Stay right there. That thing is spent.
There's one in my purse.
We'll have to do that. Okay.
All good wives have a Milwaukee marker in their purse, right?
Alright. I need one of these. Where is it?
I'll make sure nothing's leaking.
Did Santa Claus bring this?
Santa Claus brought that.
Alright, let's see. I'm going to forget that's there. I'm going to remark this down in the joint. Good. Now the reason I put this run on here is I got to figure out how much that splitter costs, right? So let's see here. This thing is just a little over an inch. It's 1.1/16 long, but it takes 1/2 of an inch to run it. So I'm going to gain 1/16 of an inch. I think it can handle 1/16 of an inch. So what I'll do is I'll just put it inside the line over here, and that'll make up for the difference. So that pipe fitting is 1.1/16, but it takes just over 1/2 of an inch to make it. So that little dimple right there it causes a 1/16 of an inch. I've got such a long span here that 1/16 isn't even going to matter. But to correct for it, here's the line I made earlier. In fact, I'm going to redraw that line. Alright, I'm testing to see how deep those go to measure this length. So that takes a 1/2 of an inch. So that means that my measurement here, I have to add 1 inch to, because I have a 1/2 of an inch here and a 1/2 of an inch here. We're 2.5 inches. That means that we have a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here, so we need a 3.5 inch piece. You know what I want to do before I do that? This thing's going to get hot. I only want to hold one hot end. So let's clean it. Now I just got to hold it hot one time. And there you go. And it's already hot. Got it. All right, so let's make up what we have so far. We have a 45, and then an elbow. Here's that elbow. Pretty good, pretty good. Now the trick here is one of these two joints I'm not going to sweat until I get it down there. It doesn't matter which one, but one of these two, once it's installed, that will determine this angle. Now the final piece of cut is this one. So let's measure it with this. Measure twice, cut once. Alright, let's put that in there and compare. Let's see, we're backwards on something. Oh no. I got something cut too long, don't I? I cut the piece that was pre-cut. But I'm good, I can make that long shorter.
I wondered why both ends were cleaned.
So we're at least good to go on this. So measure twice, cut once.
Cut the right part.
Cut the right part. Well, let's do this one all over again then. That looks good. Okay, what I'm going to do is just take this off here. And we're going to solder this up for that. And we're going to solder this up for that. Let me make another cut. Measure twice, cut once, cut 5 times. Check it before you put it into the ceiling. I wonder if that's exactly the same. No, I just missed the measurement. I just had the measurement wrong. Because it's even longer. I don't know what the deal is. I'll bet you this pipe and this pipe are the same length as that. Yep, that's what it is. I already had this pipe cut, and I cut it down further. Okay, now we're going to flux some joints, solder them up. I'm going to take these stickers off. I don't think that would cause a problem, but I'm going to heat this with a torch. Now what that means is that other clamp, I'm going to have to lower it. Because that's going to be, no, I'm not going to put these joints on at all until we get it into the basement. Okay, I'm going to sweat that joint, and I'm going to sweat that joint, and then we're going to take the pieces down. How are we going to strike this thing? I have an idea about that.
Is that thing safe?
What?
That ancient thing.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, my mind is imagining several things.
So you're supposed to use a striker, but I don't have one. Let's see if this even works.
Oh, I'm so scared right now.
Oh yeah, this is golden. Yeah. Alright, so let's flex this thing up. And here's our solder. Lead free, that's good. Just solder in place. This is not lead free. And there's a piece of a stick in there to apply it with. We're not going to use that. We're going to use this. Safe for potable water systems is what I was looking for. Good. We're going to do one more thing and just mark the depths here.
Have you done this before?
No.
You want more flux than not.
Well, the flux can go into the pipe and cause water problems.
I guess copper tube soldering is different than I played through.
I guess so. Okay, now we're going to heat this thing up and feed some solder in. Heat the pipe a little bit. I'm going to heat the joint. Test the joint. I think what you said about the flux was right. Let's try this joint. Well, that did it. Try this joint. Well, that did it. Let's turn this off and reapply some flux over here. So, there's a part of this joint over here that I don't like. Look right here. Do we like that or no? That thing got hot. So you think there's no flux in there?
From my experience, not on copper pipes. Yep. You're gonna have to add more solder probably to get it to flow. Or, I don't know, is your solder flux solder?
No, it's not.
It's not hot enough. Keep it there. It looks like it flowed that time.
Okay. You think we can reflow this, or do we have to take it apart?
It should reflow if you put more flux on it.
I did.
I don't know about copper pipes. But. No.
No, that ain't gonna do nothing. You don't like that?
Nope, not at all. Don't leave this just running.
What?
Because that's
Are you
not
afraid of
safe.
it?
Yes. See? It's not safe. Make it safe.
Little shark bites.
Yeah.
Be done with it.
We're trying to get these copper pipes to work properly. Unfortunately, neither of us know anything about soldering copper pipes.
Unfortunately, and you don't have a mask.
We don't need a mask, it's
Oh,
okay.
sorry. You should be soldering. Not Daddy. Said should not be soldering. Dad should be filming.
Oh, what if that was still on, you crazy person?
What if what was still on? This looks good to me. So is that one. But this one is not.
I think if it's like you just need to lather it up with flux, like really get it going.
There's solder down in there in the joint, but it is not all the way down in there.
Like lots of flux, because at some point you're going to just end up with too much solder.
Well, we're there. We're there to that point.
But then you need to get it out.
What? No, it's not. There can't be too much on the outside of that. So you're saying I need to slather it.
But you said that you have to be careful not to have too much.
Well, I just looked in there and I don't see too much.
All right.
Put some in here too.
Yeah.
Because if we can get it to go through this side, well, let's see what we can do. I'm going to just apply the new solder right into that old solder.
No, apply it
Next to it?
next to it.
So like
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay. Let's give it a go.
Get it hot. Yeah, and then maybe even put your solder. No, I don't think it's hot yet. There, no, keep going. You go. Oh, it's catching on fire. I don't know. You got to get that solder to.
I think it did it. I have to get that solder to flow.
No, you got to get enough solder that it makes the other solder flow. There you go. Ow.
Did that hit your foot?
Yeah, it hit me.
Okay, that is the hottest solder joint ever in existence in the whole world.
You got a big blob on the bottom because it's
doesn't
got
matter
too
if
much.
there's a blob.
Okay.
This is not
It's not
electrical
smooth.
conducting. What we gotta do is just check and see. I think we're golden. So we're gonna get downstairs. That thing is still hot. That thing is still hot.
Just leave them there. Stop it. Stop
What?
it.
Do what?
I said stop it. Just wait till they're cool.
Not cool. And that's what we're gonna do down in the basement.
And then you're going to have to use that thing inside the house.
Inside the wall is what I'm
That's-
gonna have to do.
Nightmarish.
So are we gonna switch to shark bites? Or are we gonna do this?
You're not very good at soldering.
That is correct.
I don't know if I trust your ability to quickly solder the joint.
Well, let's look at this joint.
Let's look at the other one. No. The other one.
That one? That one's not very good.
And look at the ground.
Yeah, we don't want that on the inside of that sheetrock, do we?
No. Can you shark bite just that one piece?
No, if I do the shark bite, I have to do the whole thing. Then I'll just go from end to end. And it's a shark bite. And I would just use a piece of PEX in there to have a shark bite.
Do you know someone who could solder it better than you?
No.
Just like real quick.
Okay, Paul.
Oh.
We're going for it.
Okay,
And
don't.
then the worst case scenario, if this thing
The
leaks-
worst case scenario is that you burn down the house.
If the worst case scenario is if this thing leaks, then we'll just cut it out
Okay.
and put pegs in.
Okay.
So we'll just screw the board in temporary for now. All right, well let's take these things downstairs and the flux. We'll come up and get the
Burner.
soldering stuff. And then come on. Juice these things up.
Just make sure you have enough flux.
Yeah.
I know I've personally said that when you've had me do soldering, that flux is important.
But you were doing electrical soldering, and you're trained to do electrical soldering. I am not trained to do this in any way.
Flux.
Yeah, that. Whatever you said.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of people who will be happy to tell you what you did wrong.
Yes, I'm sure there will be. Somebody's going to say, you have to cut that out of your house right now.
This is basically this old house.
This is just like it. This is not even that old of a house. 80s.
So that would make you Bob Vila?
Bob Vila's not on this old house.
Oh, who's on this old house?
Norm Abram. Oh, that's the only one I know. And the young guy who acts like he doesn't know anything, but he's probably making the most out of anybody.
So that's you then.
All right, we're going to flux up those up there. So let's do it. Oh, you know what we forgot to do is clean these pipes. Stay right there. Why did you do that?
Why did I fall?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
Okay.
Obviously.
Stand up over here, please. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get that other thing to clean the. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that's in. And it is. And then we're gonna make sure that's in. And it is. Okay, so now it's time to sweat those two joints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not gonna. It's flowing into where I want it to flow. It didn't go around the other side though. This is what we ran into on that. That was a lot of flux.
But it looks like it's more or less smooth, unlike the other.
This part right here doesn't look done though.
No.
Is there a word?
I don't know. Reflow.
Whatever. That was something. I need a light. Where did I put that light?
It fell over, didn't it?
It's here.
What's the verdict?
Oh, I haven't put pressure on it yet. It's just running to that. So I'm going to go, because air in the lines makes extreme pressure. So I don't want to do that.
Okay.
It's still spitting air. And so far, uh-oh, we need some light here. We just turned on the water and aired out from the top down. All right. So what have we done? We are dry here. You shot it at where I'm pointing.
I can't. I'm not. You do it. I can't see. Like I'm not inside.
Are you even
the thing.
filming?
Yeah, I'm filming.
Okay. So that's dry. That's dry. The big thing I'm scared about is if there's a big chunk like that inside the pipe. You know what I mean? But those joints were already there before I reflowed. So I don't see how it would have flowed that much past a joint that already existed and put that solder inside. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this open probably for a couple of days just to make sure. But I'm going to go ahead and use that 2x4 to make a frame to attach that panel back to. I might screw the panel in just so it's here, but we're not going to fill these seams yet until we know that that repair is done. So hopefully it holds. Let us know what we did wrong and how to do it better next time. Bring me an unlimited supply of number 2 Phillips bits. That'd be all right. The longer ones or the shorter ones, anything's better than what I got today. All right, I'm gonna peek my head in there and see if there's anything lost in there before I close it up. And feel if they're dry. Totally dry here. Totally dry here. Totally dry here.
I don't think those were made for this.
No. Totally dry here. And items. Nothing, no tools or anything up here.
Do you need me?
Maybe. No.
You want me to hold it? I don't get lucky enough just to hand you a tool.
No, it's good. I need a tool.
And here, I'll move around so I can help. So pretty. Good. Me.
Yeah. So we'll leave it that way for a little while. This is a problem. Well, we're going to have to shim that hole. That'll be it for now. We're going to just make sure it doesn't leak before we tape and spackle that. There we go.